Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you a look that I have been rocking as of late. It's super easy to do, super quick, and I feel like it's perfect for Valentine's Day. It's very flawless skin with a very easy smoked out liner look. It takes about 5 minutes for the liner. A little bit more focus on the skin because if you are like me and you do tend to break out here and there, sometimes you want your skin to look amazing but you have, some scarring, some blemishes. And I'm going to show you how I cover those up in this video. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy this video and hope you have a nice Valentine's Day. This is one of the looks that I plan on having before Valentine's Day comes up. Hopefully I can have 2 more videos up for you all. But yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this easy full coverage Valentine's easy sultry, I already said easy, look, then go ahead and keep watching. So I'm going to start off with my brows as usual. For my brows, I want something a little bit more softer, a little bit more fuller looking, and just not as painted on, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Dip Brow by Anastasia, taking a little bit of that on my Essence eyeliner, precise eyeliner brush. I love this brush for my brows, and I'm basically just going to line the bottom portion of my brow as usual. And since I want my brow to look as natural as possible, I'm putting the tiniest bit of pressure on to the brush. That's the underbrow lined, and now I'm just going to take whatever is left in my cap right here, and I'm just going to put that on my brush and just simply, again with this, with the slightest amount of pressure, just running that through the brows. And of course, I am going to fill in the tail portion of the brow. So, I'm just filling that in. For the top portion of the brow, I'm again taking whatever is left in my cap and just ever so lightly carving the brow. If you do want a natural looking brow, I do suggest keeping the top portion of your brow very light and not super drawn on. And that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my other brow off camera, do the same thing, and yeah, I just don't want to waste time doing it, so I'll be right back. So that's done. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the main focus of the look, which is the skin. I already moisturized my skin using my Measurable Difference Rose Hip Hydrating Oil. But now I'm going to prime the skin, which I rarely ever do, but I got this as a sample from Sephora. And it is the Becca, what is this? First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. I don't know, but I am so far really liking this primer. It's more of a hydrating primer and it has like a purple tint to it, but you can't really see it once it's on the skin. Something I have also been trying as of late is color correcting, and I have been actually really enjoying it. And I'm just gonna put that in areas that have scarring and are just really red. Sorry if you can hear my family in the background. Pretty loud. So right here, I do have some hyperpigmentation in this area. I'm letting it sit just so the pigmentation heightens a little bit, so it has been sitting for maybe a minute, and I'm just going to buff that out with my Real beauty sponge. So this is not necessarily to conceal or, well yeah, I guess to conceal the spot. It's basically to neutralize any discoloration that you have. So in my case, since I do want a flawless base, I'm using the green concealer to neutralize any red hyperpigmentation in my skin. For foundation, I'm going to be mixing 2 foundations, and the foundations I'll be using are my favorite, hands down, drugstore foundation, which is the Wet n Wild Photofocus in the shade Golden Beige. This is more of a medium coverage, but you can build it up. But since again, I just want basically 1 layer of foundation on my skin, I'm going to mix it with my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shade 02 Natural. So I'm definitely going to be applying more of the Photofocus foundation, just because I like the way it looks. Oh, did I get the... Oh, I got my old one. Okay. And then I'm going to be taking about half a pump of the Milani foundation, because this foundation is very full coverage, but it's great. I love it. And I'm just going to put that on my finger and just dab it in between. And I know it may seem like a lot of foundation because it kind of is, but since I am using a sponge, it is going to help sheer it out and make it a little bit more sponge. I'm going to spray it with some rose water spray from Badescu. And we're just going to go ahead and start. Actually, you know what I did last time? And I actually really liked it. Is I'll first kind of move the product around with my Real Techniques. I guess this is a buffing brush. Just to kind of get like an even layer. I'll just start like blending. Moving it around, and I really liked the finish after this, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so now that the product is basically placed, then I'll go in with my beauty sponge and just kind of perfect everything and just smooth out any brush strokes. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of concealer under the eyes. As of late, I haven't been baking, I haven't been applying a ton of concealer under my eyes, just because I just came to the, realization, and I have accepted the fact that I am a very creasy person, and yes, I said creasy, not greasy. So I'm just basically putting the concealer where I need it the most, which is basically in my inner eye area and just in this area. So I just take a little bit of the concealer I'm using, first of all, is my Wet n Wild Photofocus concealer, I believe it's called, yes, in this shade Light Medium. And I just put a little bit of that on my eye, and then I'll just blend it out with my finger. Just kind of blending it out as much as I can, and to make sure everything is blended out to the T. Take a nice blend and just blend it. I try and avoid putting the concealer in my creased area, which is basically right under my eye, because it just looks really bad. And I also do have very dry under eyes, so I just like to avoid putting a lot of product under there. Okay, so now I'm just going to powder my skin, and I'm only powdering in the areas that I feel need it the most. And the powder I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild contouring palette in the shade Caramel Toffee. Just looks like this. It's basically a yellow powder, like a banana powder. Taking that on an e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm just going to set this area right here. My nose, under the eye, or basically where I concealed. Around my mouth. The chin, the forehead, okay, so once that is set, I like to go in with my highlight. With my Real Techniques, I believe, okay, angled highlighter brush. One is the Dose of Colors Fuego highlighter, the Desi and Katy collab. This highlighter is just so beautiful. Obviously, I do love it a lot. And on top of that, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow. This is, I'm not too sure, it's a very icy pink, I don't even know, like it's an icy pink highlighter, and it's just beautiful. I love it. The Wet n Wild highlighters are just amazing, and I love them so much. Okay, getting some of that Dose of Colors highlighter, I'm going to spray my brush. Spritz my brush. Spritz, not spray. Spritz my brush with some of that rose water that I've been using. Oh my god, my mirror looks so bad. And then I'm just going to start applying that onto the high points of my face. So right here. I like to bring that highlight into my brow bone. See that? Beautiful, right? And obviously for this makeup look, I want my skin to look extremely flawless, but I don't want it to look super cakey, super matte. I still want there to be, you know, some liveliness to my face, so that's why I'm going to be highlighting tremendously. Now I'm going to be layering on the other highlight, and I'm only taking the smallest amount of this highlighter because it's so pigmented. And instead of placing it all over where I put the Fuego one, I'm just going to focus it more on the middle portion, just to get that oomph. Now for the rest of the face, I'm just going to go ahead and use this Wet n Wild highlighter all over. So I'm going to do, of course, my nose, the Cupid's bow, so as of late I haven't been putting on any blush. I'm just not much of a blush type of person, but today, or lately, I have been, but I have been using a cream blush. Instead of the cream blush, I'm using a lipstick, and the lipstick that I'm using is Milani's matte lipstick in the shade Matte Blissful. It looks like this is a beautiful, like, fuchsia pink color, and I just put that on the back of my hand. I'm going to be taking a dual fiber brush. This is from Amoras, is their Pro Makeup Finishing 904 brush. And this brush applies cream products so beautifully onto the skin. I love it. So I'm just dabbing a little bit of that onto my brush. I'm going to be focusing this product basically on the back part of my face, of my cheek I should say. And instead of like basically like going in there and blending it, you don't want to do that because of course you did all that color correcting and, you know, blending. So you don't want to disturb any of that. So I basically like to tap on the product. Okay. Just adding whatever is left on the bridge of my nose. A miracle product that another miracle product that every dry girl needs in their life, or at least needs to try, is the Wet n Wild, oh god, Coloricon bronzer in the shade Reserve Your Cabana. It's just, I mean, it's supposedly a bronzer, but it's not. If you're more of a paler girl or like around my skin tone, this is amazing to put on top of any powders or any foundations, especially matte ones. And if you want a little bit more of a glow, this is amazing because it has a little bit of, I don't want to say shimmers, but I guess that's the only word I can say. It just adds this beautiful glow to the skin. And you do want to have a light hand with this. I'm just going to add it in the areas that I applied that powder. Just again to add a nice finish to the look. Add that under the eye. You do want to use a light hand with this product because a little does go a long way, just depending on how glowy you want your skin to look. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my eyelashes off camera. The lashes I will be applying are the Cara 605 lashes. These are some of my favorite everyday lashes. They're amazing, super cheap, and if I can find a link online, I will definitely link it down below for y'all. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. This is basically something for the girl who wants to get ready in less than 30 minutes. Obviously this video is taking me longer to film because I'm talking, but usually this look takes me like 30 minutes to do tops. And I'm going to be taking just any black eyeliner. Well, this is the one from LA Colors. It's just like a pencil liner. And I'm just going to line above the lash. Just make sure you are like concealing that lash band as much as you can. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to be smudging it out anyways. Okay. So once you have uniformly put that black liner on top, I'm going to take any smudge brush. I'm taking this small one actually. I shouldn't just say any. I'm taking this Real Techniques accent brush. It's super, super small, and I'm taking this Wet n Wild single shadow in the shade, I don't know the shade, but it's just their black eyeshadow. I'm going to take a little bit of that onto the brush. And I'm going to start diffusing the lash line. Just making it small, more smudgy, sultry, and smoky. gonna want to go on the edge of that initial liner that you applied and just start smoking it up and bringing it upwards and just using small little strokes, because you do want to definitely control where that black is going. Okay, so once it is initially all smoked out, I'm going to take more of a blendy crease brush, I guess you could say. It looks like this. It's from the brand Clean Color. I don't really recommend this brush too much because it is a little bit rough on the skin, but this is like my only brush that looks like this and can get into that crease. And I'm just going to take the other side of the powder I used, the bronzer, and just kind of help blend out that black shade a little bit. Just to make it nice and diffused. Just keep blending. And once you did that, you probably lost a little bit of that blackness and that intensity on the lid. So I like to just take a little bit more black eyeshadow with the same brush and apply it as close to the lash line as possible. So now I already applied mascara to bind my fake lashes with my real ones before I did the whole smudging and whatnot. So I'm going to just basically take my eyelash curler and bind them even further. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and the next thing we will be doing will be the lips. Cool. Just to finish off the eyes, I am going to take the highlighter that I have been using all over my face, and I'm just going to take that and put a little bit in the inner corners just to have a little bit of brightening. That. Cool. Okay, so for lips, I am of course going to be going in with my, where is it? My lip liner by NYX in the shade Nude Truffle. I'm going to just be lining my lips. I'm going to be adding, of course, my lip liner in the shade Sugar Glass, and I'm going to put that all over the lips. To add just a little bit more flush of color onto the lips, I'm going to be adding this Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip shade in the color Creme Brulee. It's a very nice pinky color, and I'm just going to apply that all over just to get it more of a pinky shade. we are finished. And that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed what you watched. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.